Hey everyone, I hope you're well. They just released a new Devstream, and like usual I'm going to break down the best bits so that you can watch them here. There's a ton of stuff to cover, from information about the new Evo Shield.
Yeah, so we're adding a new item for the first time.
New legend buffs.
Our boy Gibraltar getting another buff.
He's gonna get a grappling hook.
New sneak peeks at some of the cosmetics in the event.
4 exclusive cosmetics to the event that are there with the premium Apex packs that you can buy.
A new fix for Muzzle Flash. Before we get into some of the stuff they talk about on the stream, such as the cosmetics, I want to go over the stuff they missed, because there's some pretty big meta changes. I'll go over those now. So first things first, the Peacekeeper has been nerfed, the mag size has gone down to 5, the reload time has been increased, the scale of the blast pattern has been slightly increased, which means it might have slightly more spread, which is good. The Sentinel has been buffed, the base damage is now 70, and the time it takes to rechamber has been reduced from 1.85 seconds to 1.75 seconds. We also have some information about the Muzzle Flash change. The intensity of Muzzle Flash while aiming down the sight of all weapons except shotties and snipers has been reduced. The red dot has been added to the iron sights for the Prowler and Owl Star, and iron sights dot will stay properly centered during weapon sway and bob movements. There's plenty of other bug fixes as well, and you can check those out. I'll put a link in the description. Now let's take a look at the cosmetics that they've talked about and the new event coming tomorrow. And then they go into detail about the Evo Shield, which is cool. I personally think that the Evo Shield will be a really useful addition to the game. I think that there's a lot of third partying, and something like this could potentially remedy that just a little bit. We'll have to see how it ends up kind of changing the balance of the game late game, because when you use it, as you'll hear in a minute, if you die, the level of that armor will remain on the ground. It doesn't reset.
A new loot item, the Evo armor. That's going to be specifically in Deja loot. How does that break down? How does that work?
Yeah, so we're adding a new item for the first time ever, besides weapons and stuff. The first different type of item is called Evo Shields. And so it looks like a white shield on the ground, but it's got this cool halo on it. It definitely looks unique. And when you pick it up, you get 1 pip of white armor. So you have 25 armor, which is the lowest armor you can have right now. But then as you do damage, it levels up. So you have to do 100 damage, and then it levels up to the second level, which is 2 pips. And then the third level up goes up to 4 pips, up to a full purple armor. And then the last evolution goes up to 5 pips, which is red armor.
Wow.
So that is a new...
That's 125 health on top of it.
125 health on top of your 100, or yeah, 125 armor on top of your 100 health. So it doesn't have any extra perk or anything, so the gold armor still might be more situational for you, depending on... Yeah, the hope is that you would actually have a choice based on your situation, whether you would rather take a gold armor or a fully red armor. Towards the end game, when you start seeing them in death boxes and stuff, at the beginning of the match, it's sort of fun to see the Evo armor on the ground and decide if you kind of want to take that gamble on yourself, that you can start with a low amount of armor and level up to have more armor than
I can see it being huge for players who enjoy hot dropping and getting into fights right away, where it's like you grab that Evo armor and it's like plow through a couple of squads, and if you survive, you're kind of heading into that next round already really boosted up on the armor.
Yeah, it's nice. People have been wanting a way to kind of engage with an aggressive play style, and this is something that I think those players would like.
It also promotes poking at a distance. You know, like there's not a whole lot of reason to do that right now. So I think that some of the more sniper players will have a reason to pick this up, because you can take a couple shots and you might down somebody, but you know they'll probably get picked back up. But you'll be actually evolving your armor in a fight where they can't really kill you in. You know.
So if I have the Evo armor, I've evolved it up to a couple of stages, and then I die, when a player loots my death box, the evolving armor, is it back down to reset, or are they picking it up where I left off?
Picking it up classic Apex style. They're stealing it from you. So towards the end of the game, you probably will find some red armor, some red death boxes with red armor in it.
And we're introducing this first only in the Deja Loot limited time mode, with a possibility that it gets added to the rest of the matches in the future.
Yeah, we're adding it to for the event. You can only experience it in Deja Loot, and then after the event, we'll gather feedback, see what people think. The intention is to turn it on for the full game.
Next, the team talk about some of the new cosmetics you can get and explain the heirloom shards in more detail, so you'll definitely want to listen out to that.
So like our previous collection events, you can expect an event store, and there's 24 exclusive cosmetics to the event that are there with the premium Apex packs that you can buy to unlock all of those. And then once you have purchased or bought or unlocked all of the 24 cosmetics that are available not only in the Apex premium packs, but they'll be available for direct purchase, and you can also craft those as well. To get those items, you will have the opportunity to unlock the Octane Heirloom, which is another wonderful addition to our heirloom sets.
Looks great.
Our animators, once again, really going above and beyond.
Knocking that inspect out of the park.
Oh my goodness. People have seen, you'll see snippets of the inspect in the trailer, and then some of the social assets we'll be promoting. As you can see, we're going to have, similar to the Pathfinder's Grand Soiree that we did, there'll be a scorecard with a series of challenges with a bunch of cosmetics you can unlock. So taking a look at this, there will be challenges that are happening every day. An adjustment that we've made from previous ones is you can earn up to 1,000 points, as well as the challenges being changed every day now, and they're not specific to the event. So there'll be other challenges that you can do every day outside of the limited time mode, outside of the event, that you can use to contribute towards your scorecard. And then as you progress over the course of the event, you will unlock all of these items. We've got a collection of all sorts of stuff that's here, including 2 legendary items. This Wingman, which is dope. I love this theme through this event.
Yeah, the aesthetic is such.
Looks awesome. That Peacekeeper, both
cool.
are available, and also this Revenant skin is one of the skins that you unlock by completing challenges in that scorecard. And I think we got Pathfinder up here too. Another awesome skin.
That's so amazing. In the collection event where he transforms from his base skin to that skin.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yes.
So next we're going to go into the legend buffs and nerfs, and don't worry, there was a bit of a bamboozle at the start of the video. They're not buffing Gibby again, they're actually nerfing him, and I think that it's a very small nerf. It's definitely good to see. He's a bit too powerful now.
Also, our boy Gibraltar getting another buff. I'm just kidding. Yep. I'm just kidding.
He's going to get a grappling hook
now.
Yeah. So
and a hoverboard.
That would be really good.
Yeah.
He's going to use his shield as a hoverboard.
Yes.
No, Gibby, you know, we did a couple buffs on him, and that was cool. People had fun with him, but he's going to come down a little bit next patch. So his shield, his gun shield from 75 health is going to go down back to 50.
Crypto got a small change, and Bloodhound got a very interesting buff too. I'll play the Bloodhound buff now.
So the next thing we want to do to try to elevate Bloodhound is we're going to buff their scan, and the way it's going to work is the range of their scan is going to increase 3x. I think the previous number was 1,000 units, and now it's up to 3,000 units. So it's a 3x increase to the scan range. But to compensate for that, we're going to slow down the activation time on the scan. So it's used to be 0.4 seconds, now it's 0.8 seconds. So it's double the activation
right?
time. No, it's the time it takes to activate the scan once you hit the button.
I gotcha.
And the reason for doing this is the intent is that we want Bloodhound players to kind of come up on a town and maybe see some markers and then use the scan to scan the town.
I personally think the Bloodhound buff is interesting. It's definitely going to be nice to have a longer range on the scan. We'll have to see how it balances out with the longer draw time now. I don't know. I've kind of always hoped that Bloodhound would be a hyper-aggressive legend. It's clear that Respawn want them to be that scout legend, that more cautious playstyle, you know, so I don't know if they'll ever really fit into the meta like that, so we'll have to see.
Our boy Crypto's getting a little love on
He's
this
got
one
a
too.
little bit. Crypto doesn't have, I wouldn't call it a buff. It's more like a quality of life thing for him. So when Crypto sends out his drone, it auto reloads his primaries now. And you know, this is just us looking for ways to kind of make it easier for Crypto to use the drone. It's just a lot of complaints about just a lot of trouble that Crypto players go through, right? Their squad leaves them and they're not prepared for the next fight. So we're just, you know, trying to find all these little ways to make it easier for everybody. I mean, it's not a huge change overall, but what we really want is we're trying to address the problem of or grenade spam, right? So people can carry a lot of grenades towards the end game. They're just chucking grenades, and that's just your life, right? And it kind of makes Wattson almost a must-have because everyone's throwing grenades. So trying to address that, you know, we were like, okay, let's just reduce the amount of grenades per stack, right? Let's just drop it down from 2 to 1, and you know, obviously what happened was now there's just not enough inventory space. So the basic change is grenade stacks are going to go down to 1, but your base inventory size is going to increase by 2. So right, so your base inventory is now 10. When you get a backpack, it's 12, then 14, then 16.
Yeah, everything moves up too.
Yeah, everything moves up.
Add 2 to the end of every.
So that's cool. But in addition to that, so we play tested that, and then the inventory just became a little too loose. So to compensate for that, we're just gonna drop the stack sizes of the ammo and the health kits just a little bit. So ammo, heavy, light, and energy ammo, they're gonna go down from 80 to 60. That's that's a 25% drop, and then the health kits. The syringes and the shield cells are going to go down from 6 to 4, and then the med kits and shield batteries are going to go down from 3 to 2.
About the new inventory changes, I don't know how that's going to go. Definitely good to see that there's going to be less grenades on the field. That could change up the meta quite a lot actually, so definitely excited to see how that change goes. I was hoping we'd see some more legend buffs and nerfs, but I know that they kind of like to do them slowly but surely, so we can always hope for the future.
We'll mention on the Devstream, just because we know this is something player feedback has been around for a while, is we are making some adjustments to Muzzle Flash.
Oh, you should have drumrolled that one.
I know, right? Muzzle Flash! I need a lifeline like drumroll. It is happening, for sure. So there were some base adjustments that have been made. Do you guys want to speak to any of those at all?
I've worked with, or not worked with, but I've talked to Robot, our FX lead, a lot about this since the feedback got pretty loud. You know, like it became something obviously that we knew we wanted to change, but it seems like such an easy fix. And even I was like, hey, why don't we just lower the lower the effects? It's no big deal. And he was like, hold up, let me explain. And just the technicalities of, not only does he need to reauthor a lot of the effects, but we actually had to adjust the map too, because it wasn't just that the effects were bright, it's that they rendered a certain way when the environment was a certain brightness, and then the way our screen adjust works, and all these things, all these different parts of the engine kind of came together in this perfect way, and made it really bad in some cases. So it had to be sort of hit from lots of places.
Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the comments. Cheerio!